G'day One Watt Fly Squad, welcome back to another Thursday trip report. Before I officially start the report, I would like to thank everyone for tuning in. I hope staying and isolating at home isn't that boring, and I hope that everyone is fit and healthy. If you're new to my channel, I upload a new trip report every Thursday 12 PM Hong Kong time, or 3 in the afternoon in Melbourne. Please subscribe to my channel and I promise that you won't regret it. Today I'm going to fly Virgin Australia from Melbourne to the Gold Coast. I just took the Skybus from Melbourne CBD to the airport. By the way, that trip was ridiculously expensive. Anyway, I'm now checking in with Virgin Australia. It's now around 4 o'clock in the afternoon and it's not too crowded here, which is nice. If you have a gold status with Virgin Australia, which I have, you'll have access to the Virgin Lounge just before security. Virgin Australia Melbourne Lounge is arguably one of the best they have. One of the reasons is that there's plenty of alcohol. The second reason is that the baristas are very friendly and they make good coffee. There's many types of different seating options suiting your needs. The lounge is built right next to the tarmac, so pretty much everywhere you go in the lounge, you'll have an excellent tarmac view. This is also one of the low-key famous spots for an Instagram shot. The food offering here is pretty good as well, but I'm not that hungry at the moment, so I just went for a lemonade and a green apple. From memory, there wasn't any red apples available. Do you think that's okay? Hello and welcome to Virgin Australia shower room in their domestic lounge at Melbourne Airport. As you can see, it's quite nice here, pretty huge, but do note that there's no toilet in here. The toilet is outside the bathroom. This is the shower space, also quite massive. And here you've got some shower products from Hunter. Look at how many coat hooks we have. We have 3. Very strong. After examining the coat hooks, it's time to leave the lounge and head to security for my flight to the Gold Coast.
Priority?
Yeah.
Down the backstairs.
Thank you. Our aircraft to the Gold Coast today will be operated by a 13-year-old Virgin Australia Boeing 737-800 Victor Hotel Victor Uniform India. It's one of their oldest 737 in their fleet. If you're sitting at the back of the plane, the ground staff will ask you to embark through the rear doors to speed up boarding. My seat today is 16F. Every seat comes with a stylish purple, red or grey headrest. Your seat will be about 17 inches wide and your seat pitch or legroom is about 30 inches.
Good evening everyone, it's great to welcome you on board your Virgin Australia flight. We're bound for the Gold Coast on VA753 with an expected flight time of 1 hour and 40 minutes. My name is Lydia, your onboard leader. My team and I are happy to have you with us.
Here comes the seat feature tour. So you don't have a personal TV. Under that you have a tray table. It's fixed, you can't fold it in half or move it back and forth. You have a seat pocket for all the literature items. The legroom or knee space is pretty good for a domestic flight. I really appreciate the fact that there's a headrest for a short flight like this one. It really makes napping a lot more comfortable. We're now pushing back and there you have a Virgin Australia A330. I've flown that aircraft a couple times to and from Hong Kong and you'll be able to watch the trip reports on my channel.
We're about to start our safety demonstrations. We'd ask you to pause any devices you're using and provide us your attention for just a few minutes.
You're seated. The cabin will be pressurized during the flight, but if oxygen is needed, masks will drop from the unit and tighten by pulling the strap. Once you're outside the aircraft, pull down on the toggles to inflate, and for further inflation, blow into the mouthpieces. There is a light.
That's a Etihad 787. I've flown that aircraft too, both in business and in economy class, and you'll be able to find the trip reports in my channel.
the help. But now settle in and enjoy our Virgin Australia hospitality.
Shortly after takeoff, the cabin crew started the service. Complimentary items include a pack of snack, water, juice, coffee and tea. If you want anything extra, you'll have to pay, and here's the menu which you'll find in a seat pocket. So I got a pack of biscuits as well as a cup of tea. I posted this footage on my Instagram story before while I was flying. Many of you commented that the dipping sauce looks disgusting, and I agree. However, it turned out to be very delicious. Fortunately, my neighbour didn't want it because of how it looked like, so he gave me his pack of biscuits, which I didn't eat it immediately. Instead, I ate it on my next flight on Jetstar 787 from the Gold Coast to Seoul, Korea. Again, you'll be able to find that trip report on board Jetstar 787 in my channel. Very soon, the friendly cabin crew came back to collect rubbish. Hello and welcome to Virgin Australia 737 Economy Class Lavatory. Oopsie.
We're heading to smoke the aircraft 10 minutes early at 6:15. Just a reminder, hour's time difference. Need to wind your clocks back exactly 1 hour due to non-daylight savings time. A pleasant evening. The forecast indicates eventuating thankfully. As a result of the conditions for our arrival, a northerly breeze and a very pleasant 25 degrees for our arrival. On behalf of all of us at Virgin Australia, it's been a pleasure to be on board. Trust you enjoy the flight. Look forward to the next time.
In front of you or in the lockers above, ensuring there's nothing in the aisle or exits. You can continue to use large electronic devices until the seatbelt sign is switched on. On the seatbelt sign for landing, it's time to return to your allocated seat and fasten your seatbelt. Any large electronic devices, including laptops, now need to be put away. Feel free to keep using handheld devices. Remember to hold them in your hands or put them in your seat pocket.
We're now slowly descending into Gold Coast Airport, and I'll quickly conclude this flight right here, right now. So my journey started at Melbourne Tullamarine Airport. The Virgin Lounge was lovely. The staff were great, the tarmac view was amazing, and the facilities overall were very good. After that, I boarded the plane. Priority boarding was strictly enforced, which I really appreciate. The moment I sat down, I found the leather seats to be quite comfortable. The leg room was adequate for this short flight up to the Gold Coast, and I really appreciate the fact that there was a headrest on every seat. This is one of Virgin's oldest 737, so there was no charging outlets as well as free internet access. In terms of the catering, you get a free pack of snack and drinks, which I appreciate as well. The biscuit with a dipping sauce was very delicious, although it looked horrible. For the cabin crew on board, they were typical, enthusiastic, friendly, young Virgin cabin crew. So overall, it's a pretty good flight. Nothing too special and nothing bad happened. For your information, flying from Melbourne Airport to Gold Coast would usually cost you about $135 one way on board Virgin Australia. So that's it for the conclusion today. I would like to thank all of you again for tuning in for this week's video, and I hope you enjoyed this one. So here we are, YMML. Please share your journey with me with this special magical hashtag on Instagram, and please don't forget to like this video, comment down below, I'll definitely reply to you, and share this video with your aviation friends. Right now, about 20% of you watching this video have actually subscribed to my channel. That figure is still quite low, but it's improving. So thank you all for subscribing and watching. You can help making that number higher if you share this video. That also means it's time for me to reach out to more newer audience, and you can really help me doing that by leaving a comment and a like. So YouTube thinks that you like this video and they'll recommend this video to other people. So thank you so much again, and I shall see you again next Thursday, 12 PM Hong Kong time. Bye bye.
Welcome to the Gold Coast, where the local time is 6:10 and we'll be getting you to the gate ahead of schedule. For everyone's safety, please keep your seatbelt fastened and the aisle and exits clear until the seatbelt sign is switched off. Take care when you open the lockers above and make sure you have everything before you leave. We'll be leaving through the forward and rear doors, and as we will be refueling, smoking and the use of electronic cigarettes is not allowed on the tarmac or throughout the terminal. And if they're close by, you can use your handheld devices with flight mode turned off. Just note you can't use them on the tarmac. Please use the handrails on the stairs. If you're not comfortable using the stairs, just let us know. When you're on the tarmac, remain on the outside of the markers. Our ground crew will direct you from there. We'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with Virgin Australia this evening. It's certainly been a pleasure looking after each and every one of you. On behalf of your captain, Robert Oldcastle, First Officer Hamish Rickman, and the rest of the wonderful cabin crew, welcome home here to the Gold Coast, wishing you a safe onward journey, and we do look forward to seeing you next time you choose to fly. Thank you and have a great evening.
Okay, crew, prepare for landing.
Hello there, welcome back to another Q&A, and I've got 4 questions today, and let's begin. I got this one from Snapchat. Who's that sexy voice on my second channel, Express Flies? So it's either me or Airstream Aviation. He's from the Gold Coast, Australia, and last year he put a couple of his videos onto my channel as a trial for fun. The second question, also from Snapchat, Oswaldo. He's from Sweden, living in Mexico. He's also a new uncle as well, so congratulations. What's my favorite aircraft to fly on? So my favorite aircraft to fly on are the A350 and A380. I also like Boeing, but I prefer flying on an Airbus. So when it comes to plane spotting or, you know, sitting in a lounge, drinking my champagne, looking at a plane, I prefer 747, 787 and 777. Then finally, I got 2 questions from my patron, Diane. The first one is, what exactly is aviation management? So many of you know that I do aviation management. I do aviation management in my uni. I'm a year 2 aviation student. So basically we do everything that's aviation related other than actually flying a plane. So there's a lot of business side of stuff like economics, finance, business management, marketing. We also have aviation specific courses like aviation safety, human factors that looks into, it's a bit psychology. It's a psychology thing that looks into, you know, culture, crew resource management, etc. There's also aviation marketing, aviation law. That's very hard, but overall, I quite like doing aviation management. It's really fun. Maybe I'll tell you more about aviation management in details. For example, this year I've got, right now in semester 1, I've got 4 courses. I got aviation law, that's quite self-explanatory, aviation law, aviation marketing. So we learn all the marketing stuff, but we, you know, when it comes to assignment and stuff, everything's related to aviation. economics. It's just general economics, nothing to do with airlines specifically. And we also do human factors, so we learn a lot about culture, crew resource management, aviation safety, and so on. So the final question I've got today is also from Diane. What's the craziest thing that I've ever seen on board an aeroplane? So I'll actually tell you two things. Most recently, it would be on board a Virgin Australia plane from Hong Kong to Sydney. That was actually just before the global pandemic. It was on the 28th of February. The flight originated from Hong Kong, so pretty much everyone on board had a mask on. None of the cabin crew had it on during the boarding. Then things changed after boarding. So one of the passengers on board, it was a she, from Hong Kong. I think she was very extreme. So she got a garbage bag wrapped around her body, a mask, a goggle, and ponytail with a plastic bag on it. So I don't know how she breathed. She looked really scary, and the cabin crew were shocked, and I guess they were afraid about their safety after seeing that lady doing that. So two of them had like N94, N95 mask after boarding. It was hilarious. I'll show you. So the lady literally went like this on the plane, goggle and a mask. So that was probably one of the craziest things that has ever happened on my flight. Now the second story would have to be on board China Airlines 747 from Hong Kong to Taipei. That was in December 2019. I was actually sitting upstairs on the jumbo jet, and that was my first time, so it was quite cool. Anyway, that flight was full of AV geeks somehow. So just before takeoff, I got a text on Instagram saying that I'm on your flight. I'm like, what? Who this? And then he happened to be one of my YouTube viewers. We haven't met before, so but obviously he knows me from YouTube. And funny enough, he was just sitting behind me. I think I was in row 7, he was in row 8. And then what's crazy is that after landing, I got another text saying that, oh my god, I was on your flight. And that person was sitting downstairs. And a couple days later, when I uploaded that video, I got another people saying to me that he was on that flight as well, and he's even got a video of that. So it's just crazy. So on that flight, at least 4 people on that flight knew me. And yeah, it's just so crazy and very funny. What a lovely coincidence. So yeah, that's it for the Q&A today, and I hope you enjoyed watching my Virgin Australia trip report as well as this Q&A, and have a lovely day everyone. Bye bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Boston. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and your cabin baggage stowed until the seatbelt sign has been turned off.